Good afternoon. Good afternoon from Delaware. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lucy Mwangi USA. Today is December 24th, 2025. Happy holidays from Delaware. Thank you guys for joining in. This is a quick live stream. It's approaching the end of the year, so we're just going to do a quick 2025 immigration review. As we come to the end of 2025, it's important to pause and reflect because this has been one of the most challenging years in immigration history for immigrants. So I know people have a lot of questions. There's a lot of uncertainty. And before we begin, I just want to be clear about legal ramifications of taking this information. This is not legal advice. These videos are for information and education purpose only. So for legal and personal guidance, make sure you always consult a qualified immigration attorney. So like I said, as you're coming in, happy holidays. Happy holidays from Delaware. Karibuni, karibuni. Let me know where you're watching from. Just drop in the chat where you're watching from. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up before we continue. If you're in Kenya, it's almost Christmas Day. So happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and a prosperous New Year. Share the live. Hiya, share the live. Alicia from Kenya. Thank you guys for joining in. I am in the holiday spirit. Everybody is in the stores today. Last minute shopping here in America, and I know it's almost everywhere around the world. People are out shopping. Last minute shoppers, procrastinators. So the stores are full of people and people are just buying last minute gifts. We do a lot of gift exchanges in the US for Christmas, especially. So welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So let me begin the live stream. If you're not able to join, this is especially for YouTube followers. Make sure that you watch the replay after this video is uploaded. So this live stream today, we're doing a full end of year immigration review, the policies, the pauses, the enforcement actions, and most importantly, the hope that we have going on into 2026. So why did 2025 matter so much as far as immigration? Well, 2025 wasn't just another policy year. It marked a shift toward aggressive enforcement, stricter vetting, and reduced humanitarian flexibility. Immigrants already in the US felt it. Those planning to come felt it even more, especially Africans, Muslims, asylum seekers, and DV lottery applicants. And we've done several videos on this show. Make sure you watch the videos about different updates that I have done or I have made videos about. I'm not going to go into details about each and every update. You can always go back and watch a video. This live stream today is just a review of everything that has been going on in 2025. It's been crazy, it's been challenging, and it's been heartbreaking for a lot of people in different immigration categories. So let's talk about the expanded travel bans and vetting. So in 2025, the US government expanded travel bans, restricting visa issuance and entry for nationals of several countries, many of them in Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. USCIS was also instructed to pause approvals, to review pending cases, so that means opening files again, and apply enhanced security vetting. This affected green card holders, work permits, and adjustment of status cases. Many families were left in limbo, legally present, but unable to move forward. In case you didn't know, CBP, which is the Customs Border Protection Services, they are offering now a $3,000 bonus for self-deportation. So one of the most controversial updates of 2025, and this is just late, this is during this month. DHS announced a voluntary self-deportation incentive. They are giving $3,000 cash bonus and a free flight ticket, and it's available through the CBP Home app. The deadline is December 31st, 2025. This applies to certain undocumented immigrants who agree to leave the US voluntarily. So the government says this saves detention costs and reduces enforcement strain. But critics are arguing that this pressures vulnerable people and it encourages fear-based decision. This is a serious decision if you are one of those affected with long-term consequences. So make sure you're always seeking legal advice because there could be ramifications when you try to re-enter the US if you ever have an opportunity to come back to the United States. The big one for us Africans is the DV lottery pause. We are going through it now. It's the most recent update. In December 2025, the Department of Homeland Security paused the diversity visa program. This means DV processing was stopped, adjustment of status approvals were paused, and many winners were left uncertain. This hit African countries the hardest because the DV program has long been a key legal pathway for Africans to immigrate to the United States. So I just needed to do a quick reminder that the DV program cannot be permanently canceled without Congress approval. Pauses are policy decisions, and it's not the end of the program. So there are so many updates, so I'm going to be quick on this live and just summarize things for you. You can always go to this trusted official websites: USCIS.gov, travel.state.gov, Department of Homeland Security, whitehouse.gov. You can go to those websites. CBP also has an app. You can go there and get this information in detail. Today is just a summary of what the heck happened in 2025 as far as immigration is concerned. So there was a new update about photo requirements and biometric rules, and this is for fingerprinting and also at the USCIS sites where you go to get your biometrics. USCIS rolled out new biometric and photo requirements. Some of those guidelines included no more self-submitted passport photos. So you cannot just take a photo and submit it. You have to go there and have your photo taken. Photos must be taken by USCIS or at biometrics. Old photos, which are over 36 months, may not be reused. And these are for people who are adjusting status. So people, like I told, I did a video about the difference between USCIS and the Department of State. USCIS deals with cases, processing of adjustment of status cases, people who are already in the United States. So this new rule, the biometric and photo rule, applies to people who are adjusting their status, green card holders, and people who are due for naturalization. This is part of identity verification and fraud prevention, but it has also increased processing times for a lot of people. So people are experiencing delays as they continue waiting for their immigration process to keep moving forward. The next update is new green card review and assimilation. I don't think I've done a video about this yet, but I will. So there's a major shift in 2025. Green card reviews now emphasize good moral character, community conduct, employment stability, compliance with US laws. This signals a move toward evaluating assimilation, not just paperwork. So it's not enough just to be present in the US. And this is especially for people who are processing their green card. You have a green card already, but you're processing your citizenship. You are working towards naturalization. New immigrants in the US who came through a green card, or people who have a green card through family-based visas or that type of thing. If you're trying to get naturalization, you're going to go through what they're calling new review systems. And it's not just going to be enough for you to be present in the US for 3 years or whatever, depending on how you came in, whether it's marriage or the DV or whatever. You're going to have to go through new processes in 2026. And I will do a video about that. And such things include showing that you have community-based relationships with the people around you. And then also doing some kind of an examination to get a certificate to show that you are of a good moral conduct, and you have to show that you've been working in the US, and you have to prove that you are financially capable, so you're not public charge. So I'll do another video separately about that, but that's another update that happened. So for immigrants, make sure you're staying compliant, especially if you're new to the United States. Make sure you're updating yourself. You know what's going on. These policies are always coming up every other day. So keep your records, especially financial records, employment records. If you participate in community services in your community, if you do volunteer work, you have community service hours. If you volunteer in your church, make sure you have records. It's not enough to just say, oh, I volunteer at such and such a church once a month. You have to have the church, give you record about that, how many hours, because there's a certain number of hours that you have to meet within those 3 years. All right, so I'll do a video about that soon. Make sure you're following the law if you're new, because they'll be watching to see how is your record. Stay away from legal trouble. Keep your record clean. Just obey the law. The other update was the work permits and adjustment of status delays. Many immigrants faced delayed employment authorization documents renewals, longer adjustment of status timelines, and re-biometrics request. That they wanted them to do the fingerprints one more time, to do their background check again. This impacted families financially and emotionally, especially healthcare workers, caregivers, and essential workers who need those employment authorization documents in order to continue to work. So watch that video. I did a video about that already. Follow me on YouTube. YouTube has a lot of more detailed information. I know I do clips, little clips here and there on TikTok, a summary of what I talk about on YouTube. But if you want detailed information, please subscribe to my channel. It's Lucy Mwangi USA. I talk about legal pathways of coming to the US. I give updates on immigration as I get them. And I talk about life in the US as an African immigrant. The next update, which is not new to us, is mass detentions and deportations. In 2025, we saw record ICE detentions. We saw expanded detention facilities. We saw faster deportation timelines. Communities lived in fear, even people with pending cases, because people never knew what's going to happen. It's a lot going on still. And even if they're saying that ICE is not going to be doing like random raids that they were doing in supermarkets and Home Depots and whatnot, people are still feeling the pressure from ICE, and there's still fear around going to the airports, traveling, and all that, because now these agencies are working with the law enforcement. The other big update was Somali and African communities, especially in Minnesota. They continued to face travel restrictions, family separations, and heightened scrutiny. And that was a big thing last month or the beginning of this month. African immigrants as a whole felt the pressure, but also showed resilience and unity. So that's an ongoing thing between, especially for the Somalis in Minnesota. But 2025 was really hard for a lot of immigrants or people who are in the middle of processing their applications and change of status and all that. But immigration history teaches us one thing: policies will change, administrations will also change, laws evolve. We as immigrants, we are tough, we are builders, we are survivors, we are contributors. So do not lose hope. Legal pathways still exist, and your journey is not over yet. So if you have any questions, let me check to see if you have questions here, and let me acknowledge a few people who are here. But right before that, I wanted to add one more update that I did not put on my summary. It's the changes to the US citizenship test, which started on October 20th of 2025. Anyone filling Form N400 will face 128 questions instead of the previous 100 questions, with 20 questions asked during the interview instead of 10, requiring 12 correct answers instead of 6. So when I did my naturalization interview, I only had to get 6 questions right. The officer asked me total of 10 questions. I don't remember what questions they were, but I had already studied a lot. So I knew the answers to the questions. We had to study a whole 100 questions. And because you don't know which one is going to be asked. Just like when you go to, like in nursing, we have this examination, the national examination called the NCLEX, and you study a lot. You study a whole lot, and you are faced with maybe a maximum of 200 and something questions. So you don't know which questions you're going to be asked. So you just study in general. So yeah, so I was asked 10 questions, you had to get 6 right. As soon as you get the 6th question correct, you pass. But in addition to that, there is an English, the spoken and written. They ask you to write something in English, and they ask you to read something in English. That continues to be the same. The other thing is there's the talking part. They want to see how well you're speaking English. So they will ask you not just a yes or no question. They will ask you something that you need to explain. So they want to see your comprehension level and your ability to describe your something in English. So people who are going through the naturalization process, or they are planning to do that change from green card to citizens, be prepared to do that, especially if English is not your first or second language. So make sure you practice every day. Practice. I started working on a series of these citizenship questions, so I already have like 3 videos up for the test questions with the answers there. So if you're interested, you can jump on my YouTube. It's also available on TikTok. So let me welcome you guys. I know I've been talking for 18 minutes nonstop, but I wanted to do that presentation just to have a summary of the things that have happened in the United States. I know there could be more things that happen, but these are some of the things that I have covered on my platform this year, and maybe 1 or 2 of which I will cover soon. The topics that we are covering on this live stream includes expanded and updated U.S. travel bans, $3,000 self-deportation bonus, and a free flight on the Customs and Border Protection Services homepage, diversity visa DV lottery pause, new USCIS photo and biometrics rules for adjustment of status for the people who are here in the US already, new green card review and assimilation focus. And I said that I will do a comprehensive video about that and what some of the requirements are going to be. This is going to be important for new immigrants who recently came to the US and who are planning to change the status to citizenship soon. Work permit and adjustment of status delays, mass deportations and ICE detention expansion. We talked about on a previous video, I had mentioned that USCIS is establishing a new center to strengthen immigration screening and target bad actors. And that vetting center will be in Atlanta. So they are working on using AI and updating their systems so that they can continue with their comprehensive review processes to curb these what they're calling national security issues. So those are some of the things that we covered this year, 2025, on my platforms on TikTok and on YouTube. We also are talking about the impact on Somali and African immigrant communities and messages of hope for immigrants heading into 2026. So let me see on YouTube who is here. It's late. I know in Kenya it's late or it's almost the middle of the night. So let me just welcome and say hello to you guys who are here joining me today. Watching from Uganda, thank you so much, Nalugo Harriet. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas, loud and clear. Thank you very much. I'm Nyambi Sleiman from Uganda watching here. Thank you guys for being here. Does this mean that if you're from a partial ban country, you cannot renew your 10-year green card now with the pause? So much to take in. So USCIS has halted, so that is a USCIS job, is to review immigration cases inside the United States. So all those processes are right now on pause. I don't know how long the pause is going to be. We should just stay informed and keep checking these websites for updates. Somebody's saying, just a quick question. With the latest publication, will KCC, Kentucky Consular Center, still proceed with DS-260 form processing and embassies with issuing their 2NL and interview? Yes, from the update that I did yesterday, I was on live almost at midnight last night. There was a new update that said that from the Department of State. It said that visa interviews are still happening, but they are not issuing any visas, especially for the Diversity Visa Program 2026. So they said that you should not cancel your scheduled appointment if you have one. And they said that they are not going to revoke any visas if you have already been issued one. So make sure you keep your visa appointment. They will most likely put a lot of people on administrative processing, just putting everybody on hold, waiting for their pause to be lifted. I am hoping that the pause is not going to take long so that people can continue with getting their visa. So you could go to an appointment, like a visa interview appointment. You can get approved. You can pass the interview, what we call, you can pass the interview, but they will not stamp your passport with a visa. They have been instructed to hold off on any issuance of visas. If you already have a visa, then you should be good to go. They said they're not going to revoke your visa if you already got one. We hope for the best. Yes, Philip. We hope for the best. Kumechemka huko kwa Kasongo wa US. Nakwambia. 2025 was really tough. Was tough for a lot of people. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people in Nepal, DV 2022 January. Okay, is that when you're going for your visa? Philip Comba, congratulations, Lucy. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that. You're very kind. Here from Ethiopia. Thank you guys for supporting me from all over Africa. I appreciate you. Guys from Nepal, thank you for the feedback. I got a lot of responses from people in Nepal, especially the 2026 DV winners. I appreciate your feedback. I do. Somebody watching from Tanzania. So Tanzania was added on the partial ban. So that sucked. That Tanzania is our neighbor. And so I did a video about the updated travel ban. So make sure you watch that video to see who is affected, who is not affected. Like I said, this afternoon, we're just doing a quick summary of what happened in 2025 as far as immigration. With the Trump administration, one of their biggest policies that they are pushing is immigration. They want to get rid of illegal immigration. But now even the legal immigration process is being affected because of the delays, because of the proclamations, the travel bans, and everybody is just being punished, to me, I feel like, for crimes of a few people. But it is what it is. We have to follow the process. We have to keep updating each other on what is going on so that we can see if we can move forward. We are praying for DV 2026 to continue moving forward, because it's a lot of people that, like I said yesterday on my live stream, a lot of people from Africa are affected by the travel ban. A lot of 2026 DV selectees come from the African region. An example that really threw me off was Sudan. I think it had 5,000 selectees, and that's a huge number. So all those people have to wait. Sudan is amongst the 12 countries on the total ban, the initial 12 countries on the total ban before they added it to be 39 countries. And it has a total of 5,226 DV 2026 selectees. So a lot of people are affected. The reason why I do these updates is because I know it's a lot of people that are affected. So many people are affected by this, the bans, the pauses, the detentions, the deportations, and it doesn't just affect the family, the person themselves. It affects the whole family. So I appreciate you guys staying on top of things and following me on my channel. So as I keep giving you updates as I see them. Thank you for being here on TikTok. Share the live and double tap the screen. I see you guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas tomorrow, and prosperous 2026. I hope that things will be better in 2026. Is KCC still issuing 2NLs for DV 2026 selectees who are current under the pause? Yes, they are, and interviews are still being carried out as of the update from the Department of State. So it hasn't halted any interviews. They're still going on. The thing is, they are not issuing any visas. They can tell you that you've been approved, but you'll have to wait. They are not allowed to give you visas until the pause is lifted. Wood, Kairetu Wamwang, thank you. How are you? What will happen to the DV lottery winners? We have to wait. We don't know how long the pause is going to last, but we do know from yesterday's press release or statement from the Department of State that it is effective immediately. My documents are stuck in the NVC since May. Yeah, processes are taking longer. Processing, they are doing extra vetting. They're doing what they're calling comprehensive review and stricter vetting processes. So everything is just taking longer. After my interview, they gave me a yellow paper because my birth certificate, it don't have a watermark, so tell me it take how long to approve the visa. So it looks like you were put on administrative processing, and therefore you have to submit the paperwork that they want. So the administrative processing means that they are waiting for something. You're missing something. So provide what they need, and they will process your visa if they are satisfied with that. Mm. So the partial ban affects immigrant visas and non-immigrant visas, the partial and the total ban. It does not affect a certain category of people, but it does affect especially visitor visa, B1, B2, student visas, F, M, and J visas. It does not affect green card holders, people already in the US, valid visas issued before January 1st of 2026, refugees and asylees, dual citizens traveling on a non-banned passport. So I hope that answers your question, Shakes. Share the live, please, guys, and double tap the screen so that TikTok can spread this live to other people who might need their information. About the DV lottery, Etienne, you're asking on TikTok. About the DV lottery, what will happen to those received already 2026? I received a pickup message. Nothing. So if you, like I said, if you already received your visa, you should be good to travel unless you are under a country that is under the ban. So you have to be careful about that. Make sure you are able to enter the US because the ban affects entry into the US. You can be given a visa, but you will not be allowed to enter the US. So make sure you confirm with your legal counsel to see whether you have any exemptions to be able to enter. It will be unfortunate if you traveled all the way from whatever country and then you get to the US thinking that, oh, I have the visa now, I can just come. And then you get to the port of entry and there's border control people tell you you can't come in. Okay. Eagerly waiting for the end of the pause, Isaac. Yes, you and many others. Lucy, you're saying, Lucy with the IE. About the green card, I just immigrated early this month. I paid my green card. Will it be affected? Hopefully, it's still on the way. Hopefully, they already processed it and it's still on the way to you. If they haven't processed it, you might experience delays, and I would follow up with USCIS to see what's going on with it. Nyaboke, you're saying you did your interview on December 17th. You have not received passport back. Will the suspension affect me? So that's the issue. I got a lot of people on TikTok telling me that they already went for the visas. They know they got approved because they were told that they've been approved, but they have not received their passports back. So that is the issue now. Have the consulates and the embassies been instructed to hold on to the passports because they have been told not to issue any more visas? So that's a thing that you have to follow up with your embassy to find out, have you guys sent my passport? Is it on the way? Are you holding it? Like, what's going on? So please email your embassies or your consulate if you already went for an interview and you were told that you have been approved for a visa, especially the 2026 DV lottery winners. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Find out what's going on. You can email them directly. I'm sure they will let you know what's going on. There's a new directive that I did a video about yesterday. It's from the Department of State. And like we said in a previous video, the Department of State controls what's going on with people who are outside the country, outside the US, as far as immigration processing. So the DV lottery setting up that, running the DV lottery program, and that includes managing the consulates outside the United States. So they got a directive not to issue any visas until the pause is lifted. So if I were you and I've already gone for an interview, some people went for interviews on Thursday. They texted me and let me know. Last week, some people went for interviews, especially in Nairobi and other embassies, but they're saying they have not yet received their passport back. So please follow up on that so that you know exactly what is going on with your visa. Okay. Thank you for the gifts, guys. I appreciate you. But I would appreciate more if you shared the live and double tapped the live. That does more to me and for me and my platform. Luhat Hassan said, I love that you speak English. Thank you. I speak English because I know most people, it's not just people from Kenya that watch these updates, and people who are trying to come to the US or who are already in the US are from different parts of the world. And English, at least, is a lot of people can understand. This is important information. I wish that there was channels like this when I was going through my immigration process. I did not know what the hell was going on. I was just following blindly, and I don't want you guys to do that. My goal is that we will stay informed with the updates. I will guide you to or direct you to the channels where you need to go to get more information and get resources so that you're not going into these immigration processes blindly. So I appreciate you appreciating the English. Thank you. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, Cinematic Universe Beauty. Hi, how are you? Thank you for the gifts. Mombi Sylvia. Hi, Lucy. Hi. I'm good. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. I returned MUE, you're saying. I returned the passport back to the embassy on December 16th to correct a mistake on my names. Am I affected by the pause? To correct the name on the visa, the visa was wrong. The names on the visa were wrong. Since you've already been issued the visa, I don't think that will affect. I think they will just need to correct because they're not issuing a new visa. I'm not sure, but can you email your embassy and find out if they're holding on to yours, they're following the directive that was issued yesterday, the 23rd of December, or are they going to release your visa after, or your passport after they fix the visa? Mm. Is DV 2026 winner going to get interviews? Gigi, you're asking. Yes. According to the statement that was released yesterday by the Department of State, yes, you can still attend your interviews. They do not want you to cancel your visa interview. Let me see if I can see the video that I did yesterday about. Yes, they said that they don't want you to cancel. They don't want you to cancel your interviews, but they're not going to issue you with a visa until the pause is lifted. Okay. All right, let me see who else is here. All right, I don't see any other questions, guys. Today is Christmas Eve. If you don't have any other questions, I just wanted to do a quick review on YouTube. Do you guys have any other questions? I don't see any other questions on YouTube. So it was just a quick rundown of 2025 in immigration It was a horrible year. It was a very challenging year for a lot of people, and I hope that you guys will hang in there. Hopefully, 2026 will be a better year, and things will move on smoothly. So, for those of you who are asking who is affected by the pause and the travel ban, especially by the pause. Yesterday, I did a video, and this is just a summary of what the video was about. The information came directly from the US Department of State, and it was updated yesterday, December 23rd, 2025. DV issuance, DV visa issuance was paused. Interviews are still being scheduled and attended. No visas have been revoked, no exceptions at this time. And so if you already had a visa, then you should be good to go. They don't want you to cancel your appointments. Okay. Let me go down here on TikTok and see if. What are you guys doing for the holidays? Here in the US, most people do every other, especially in healthcare, we do every other holiday. Work, you work, if you work Thanksgiving, then you're off Christmas. So I worked Thanksgiving, so that means I'm off tomorrow, Christmas. So I'm happy about that. Okay. It looks like these are the same questions from like two people keep repeating the same question. So I don't see any fresh questions on TikTok. Hello, guys. Lucas Dongo just coming in. One more question, and micro. Okay, type your question before I get off the live. You have not answered my question. What is your question? I went up and down the. I went up and down. I didn't see the question. Type the question now. Type it again while I'm still checking. I'm helping first three pay off their bills and debt. What? Was Uganda added to the banned countries? No. Eagerly waiting for the end of the pause. Someone who has a visa and not banned are allowed to enter the US. Emmy says that. That's correct. You have never received your visa date in the email. Can I still go to the interview? Hello, I have never received my visa interview date in the email. Can I still go to the interview? So, how are you going to go to the interview? Because you do need that invitation, you need that appointment letter. So, you need that, you need your DS-260 confirmation page, you need your passport. So, you cannot attend an interview without the appointment letter. So, how did you know you have the visa appointment date? Or did you go and check on the website? Did you go on the portal and check? Because some people are going there and checking to see whether they have an appointment. So I don't know how you're going to go for an interview without that appointment letter. Those with visa and expect to travel 20th January, are we affected? If you already have a visa, unless you come from a travel banned country, you should travel to the US. Somebody was asking me whether, what is my opinion about delaying to come to the US. At this point, depending, going by history and seeing everything that is going on immigration wise, if you have a visa in your hand, you should try to travel to the US as soon as possible so that you can activate your green card. You have more privileges being a green card holder than just being a diversity visa, winner. You know what I mean? So avoid delays because the next thing you know, some other changes are happening. Some more countries have been added to the travel ban. So there's a saying that says, make hay while the sun shines. So while the opportunity is here for you and you have the visa, please travel to the US so that you can activate your green card. Do portal usually show notification because my email was hacked? Yeah, if you have your confirmation number and your DV year and your year of birth and I think your last name, you can go there and check to see if there's any notifications for you. The second notification letter would be there. So if your email is hacked and you don't have access to your email, just go to the dvprogram.state.gov/ESC, the entrance status check website, where you received your notification that you are a winner. Is the same portal. Go there and check to see if you have your second notification letter. How long can a green card holder stay outside USA? Life 99 is asking. They want you to prove that you want to stay here in the US. They don't want you to abandon your residency because those can be grounds for them taking away your green card. They don't want you to be out of the States for more than 6 months. It's recommended. Don't be out of there. Don't stay abroad meaning outside the US, longer than you stay here. And they want proof of residency, longer residency, taxes, you're paying your mortgage or your rent, employment, stuff like that. So soon they're going to start looking for ties to the US. Remember how when you're applying for a visa, especially a visitor's visa, they want to see strong ties to your home country. Now, with the new process that is going to start in 2026, they want to show strong ties to the US for green card holders. So I'll do a video about that. Bree is asking on TikTok, shall we still get 2NLs? Yes, we should still be able to get your second notification letters. Appointments are still being scheduled. People are still going for visa interviews. The only thing is that they're not issuing any visas at this time until the pause. That is the direction that they've been given. Lucas, thank you. You're welcome anytime. And we are still, the visa bulletin is still going to be processed and published every month. That is managed by the Department of State, and it does not affect, the entry process. That the travel ban does not affect the DV lottery process. As a program itself, it's still going to continue to function. All right. For those of you who are joining right now, thank you so much for joining. As you're joining on TikTok, double tap the screen and share the live. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Delaware. It's the eve of Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. I wish you good tidings. I hope that 2026 will be a better year for us, immigration-wise. Kevin Ruto, pause can run more than 3 months according to you. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to speculate anything. I do not like to speculate. I like to come in with verifiable information. So the pause will take however the pause takes. And once they lift it, I will come back with an update saying that the pause has been lifted. So I don't want to make any speculations because it's not fair to you. Okay. Okay. Tuju, you're just joining in. We've been here for about 48 minutes right now. We have people on YouTube. YouTube people, you're very quiet. Make sure you like the live. Like the live. Let me know where you are. Are you a DV 2026 winner? Or did you participate and what was the outcome? Do you plan to participate in DV 2027 if they decide to run it? It's going to be very, very late. I'm curious to see how the timelines are going to shift. You know what I mean? because by now we should be expecting them to release the winners by May, but we haven't even participated in the program itself. The portal is not open still. So what of those who are still receiving 2NL on the pause of DV 2026? Yes, people are still going to continue receiving their second notification letters, but my understanding from the release from the statement by the Department of State yesterday is that visas are not being issued, but interviews are still being carried out. So everything is on pause right now, as far as the actual stamping of the visa on your passports. Joe Rahman, good evening. I'm Rahman from Ghana. Thank you for watching. I want to thank all my supporters from Ghana. Thank you for being very, very active on my TikTok and also on my YouTube. I appreciate you in a special way. Thank you for helping me to grow my platform and for spreading the word. I appreciate you. If you're here and you haven't subscribed to my channel or you haven't followed me on TikTok, please do that. I'm Lucy Mwangi. I'm in Delaware. I'm an African immigrant who came to the US back in the day. I do these videos so that we are not in the dark as far as immigration is concerned. Back in the day, we used to just do things blindly, not knowing what the process is, the consequences of doing different things. And nowadays, you can't do that. You can't do that anymore. You have to know your case inside out. You have to be familiar with the processes. You have to know what the current policies are and the new updates that come up every other day. So my goal is to keep you guys updated as I hear the news. I appreciate the back and forth feedback between me and you guys. So it's a symbiotic relationship. I give you the information and you give me feedback about what is going on in different embassies in different countries. So I don't take you guys for granted. For 2025, in a major way, I want to appreciate everybody who has supported me on this channel. For 2026, let's continue to grow. Spread the word, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't, turn on the notification bells because a lot of you don't know when I'm coming on live because you don't have your notification buttons on. So make sure you turn that on. Thank you, guys. Bless Boy, thank you for being here. You're saying your case will be current in February. Okay. All the best and good luck. Eunice, we love you from Ghana. Thank you very much. I love you guys in Ghana. I appreciate you. Kenywa Kevin, traveling tomorrow. DV 2025 interview was 26 September. All right. Okay. I wish you travel. You're traveling tomorrow on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas and safe travels. I hope you arrive here safely. What state are you going to? Make sure you keep us posted about what's going on. Congratulations. And I know that was a long process. And your interview was so late. It was almost, you barely made it. The cutoff was the 30th, and your interview was on the 26th. God is good. Good for you. Thank you for following me. Everybody who's following me right now on TikTok, I appreciate the follows. Double tap your screens, invite other people, let your friends know that you're live here on Lucy Mwangi USA. We are talking about the 2025 review of the immigration here in the United States. 2025 was rough for a lot of people. It was. Okay. Let me see if we have any other good questions. Almagan, you're saying if you didn't go for interview, what's the fate? Also, any hopes for DV 2027? So if you didn't go for interview for what? For 2026 or 2025? For which year? If you didn't go for interviews for 2025, that is gone. There's nothing we can do about that. If you missed your interview for 2026, you can check to see if you're able to reschedule. But right now, Right now, even if you reschedule it, they are not still going to issue the actual visa. They're still going to go through the interview process, and they'll probably put you guys on administrative processing, just holding it until the pause is lifted. Okay. It's as a result of the ban. Okay. Oh, you didn't tell me which country you are. So if you're from a travel banned country, then you will not be allowed entry into the US, and we just have to wait until that is lifted. Unless you have another passport from a non-banned country that you can use to enter the United States. As far as what is the fate of 2027 DV and any hopes for 2027 DV, I did a video explaining to you guys why the diversity visa program cannot just be canceled on a whim. It requires act of Congress, and the president cannot just cancel the diversity visa program just like that. He can pause it for I don't know how long, but he cannot cancel it. So it's not yet canceled. The Department of State has not released any statement saying that the DV program is canceled. They did say that it's paused because of the $1 fee that it was delayed because of the $1 fee initially. And then a few days ago, they said that the whole DV program is on pause. So that's what's going on with that. We just have to wait and see what happens. On TikTok, thank you for sharing the live. I see we have 5.7K likes. Please keep double tapping the screen so that TikTok does not drop you guys. It's 59 people, 62 people on the live stream on TikTok. So everybody, I'm giving you 3 seconds to double tap the screen for me so that TikTok does not drop you guys. How about Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe is under the partial travel ban. Is one of those that was just added the other day. I think it was the 16th of December. So it's under the partial ban. So it has the same effect as the previous question. What if you have a visa and you're from a partial ban country? Can you enter after January 1st? No, you will not be allowed entry. Remember they said it's effective January 1st of 2026. So are you able to travel before that? You still have a few more days. So if you're able to travel before that, if not, then you will not be allowed to come in as unless you have another way of coming in using a different passport from a country that is not on the travel ban, or you have other exemptions. Dia is saying my case number is 17K, but I haven't received my 2NL, but you didn't tell me what region and what country. The visa bulletin right now, it's saying that any numbers in Africa below 45,000, your number should be current. But as we all know, with all these immigration changes going on, we know that the processes are just going to be more and more slow. They are going to be slower than usual. And so we have to be patient. Thought the proclamation does not revoke existing visa. The travel ban, the travel ban restricts people from entering the United States. So at the port of entry is where you're going to face your biggest challenge if you're coming from a country that is under the travel ban. Your challenge is not going to be getting a visa. You may go as far as even getting issued a visa, but entry into the US is going to be the challenge if you are under the travel ban. How can you track your case number as a Ghanaian? Do you have you guys have accounts with when you start your immigration process, you are supposed to have signed up or created an account. You can use that account to check the status. I have visa issued since October. You have a visa that is issued since October. So have you traveled or did you ever travel? And what kind of visa are you talking about? Uh, just waiting for January 20th to travel. Okay. As long as you're not from a travel banned country, then you should be okay. If you are, um, if you've already been issued a visa, then that's good. Immigrant visa, okay. Partial banned country. All right. On YouTube, let me see if you guys have any other questions on YouTube. If for those Joe Rahman, for those of you who are asking embassy specific questions and how long you to get an interview date, I don't know. I don't know the specifics of other specific embassies. So unless somebody else can answer that question, the question is how long would it take to get interview date in Lome after DQ? And the abbreviations, I'm not sure what they mean. Okay. Is it possible for case numbers like 17K to get their 2NLs in Ghana? Yes, it depends on the embassy and it also depends on how your embassies are performing. Oh, okay, there's some questions on YouTube. I am in America now. I came with DV. Okay. I am in America. No, I came by DV Lottery 2026. Is it affecting me? The pause. If you're in the US, the pause will just affect you as far as if you're trying to, and you just got here. So it shouldn't affect you right now because you haven't started the naturalization process. So you should be okay as far as that. All right. Evans, I got my visa on the 16th of December and I returned on the 16th because of name correction to the embassy. Till now, I have not received my passport. Am I affected by the pause? So the 16th was just a few days ago. So I would follow up with them. You can email them to see what's going on. And after the new statement yesterday from the Department of State, things may have changed. They may have received different guidelines and directions. So please follow up with them and see. Somebody's saying Debola. Hello, Lucy, following from South Africa. Can you be aware of platform or organization that help newcomers in things such as hosting? The only two people that I know that do hosting is there's one called Nafula Charlene on in New York, and you can follow them on YouTube. And there's another one called Shiko Hope on YouTube as well. So I would reach out to those. Haruna Osman watching from Ghana. Is Ghana also part of the banned countries? No, Ghana is not part of the banned countries. And is would DV 2027 come again, and when? I hope soon. I hope they will after the New Year's, with all the Christmas and New Year's festivities. I hope after that break, they can come back and give us more updates as far as the 2027 DV. What is the blessed boy? What is the document you need before your interview? Please explain to me. I have videos about this, you guys. I have playlists about the DV lottery from the beginning up to the end. Documents that you need. I have pinned comments on my TikTok, pinned videos on my TikTok, documents needed for diversity visa interview. So please watch that. You need your passport, obviously. You need your appointment letter. You need your to show a receipt to show that you paid the fees for the visa. You need your DS-260 confirmation page, and then you need your, I think they'll do the biographics there. Your medical report may have been already sent to the embassy. They may give you an X-ray, chest X-ray CD to take to the interview. Birth certificates, all the documents that you need to verify your high school diploma, if that's what you're using, or your work experience proof. Birth certificates for you and your kids if you have a family, marriage certificates if you're married, divorce certificates, decree if you are divorced, adoption papers if you have adopted kids. If you're legally separated, they want to see that document. America is all about documentation, and police clearance reports. Mm. I got my interview for CR1 visa scheduled end of January. Will I be affected? Uh, are you from a banned country? Is that what you're asking? In America, from a partially banned country, won the DV 2026. How is this going to affect my derivative? So the problem with that right now is that I don't think they're giving any leeway for family. So the ban is affecting uh, the processing of derivative immigration process, especially now that you're saying you're from a fully banned country. Yes, I'm from the Palestinian territory. Yeah, I did that. I did that video saying that anybody from the Palestinian Authority document holders, all those people who are affected under that category of Palestinian Authority document holders, they are also affected and they are under the total ban. For work experience on YouTube, you're asking for work experience. Cecilia, thank you for joining. What do they really need? They want to prove that your job description qualifies you to enter the DV under the guidelines of the diversity visa program. I have a video about that. You can go check it out on YouTube. I did a live stream and we went over different job descriptions, how to qualify for diversity or to be eligible through work experience for diversity visa program. Uh, there's a website that you can go to. It's called onetonline.com or .org, one of those. And then you can check to see whether your job classification qualifies for the DV program eligibility. My husband is in the United States. He's a US citizen. Okay. So is your husband filing for you? Because the whole thing is that the processing, USCIS processing, which is adjustment of status, all those things are on pause. They are very slow. And that's why I'm asking, because if your husband is a US citizen, so that means that you would go through adjustment of status through marriage or getting a green card. And those processes are on pause. And some of them, if you are under the travel ban, you are affected by those processes. Once again, this is not legal advice. I need to say that. Don't take this as legal advice. This information is for educational purposes only, for discussion and for updating. Make sure you are always going to legal advice if you have unique, complicated immigration cases that you need to go through. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. And just make sure you're being aware about the deadlines, especially for the travel ban. The travel ban is effective January 1st of 2026. And you are not affected by the travel ban if you are a green card holder, if you are already in the United States, if you have a valid visa issued before January 1st of 2026, if you're a refugee and or an asylee, if you're a dual citizen traveling on a non-banned passport. The people who are affected by the travel ban are people outside the United States without a valid visa issued before January 1st of 2026, and people who are applying for family, tourist, student, or immigrant visas from listed countries. So watch my videos. I have detailed information about those different updates. I appreciate you guys being here today. We were doing a complete review of 2025, a very difficult year for a lot of immigrants. We talked about the expanded travel bans, which affected many African countries. We talked about the DV lottery processing, which has been paused. USCIS adding stricter photo and biometrics rules for people who are changing from green card to citizenship. Green cards now face deeper reviews, including assimilation and proof of that. ICE detentions and deportation, they hit record levels. And Department of State offering $3,000 and a free flight for voluntary self-deportation. I know for some people it feels like that's a good thing, but be aware, be cautious about that. Look at the pros and cons of doing that. If you're going to self-deport, if you've been here illegally and you're facing maybe removal proceedings, or you are afraid that you might be arrested and you want to self-deport, the US government, Department of Homeland Security, under the CBP portal or app, they're offering $3,000 and a free flight to deport yourself. But you have to do it before the 31st of December of 2025. The regular amount that they usually offer is $1,000, but they're saying this is a holiday bonus to encourage more people to participate in the self-deportation. Cobra Klein, hi, how are you? Good to join, good to see you. Happy Christmas Eve. Let me know if you want to join the live. I can bring you up. Happy holidays, everybody who is joining us late. And double tap the screen, guys. Double tap the screen so that we can continue to talk about different things that happened immigration-wise in 2025. For those of you who were guests on my live streams or on my videos in 2025, I want to appreciate you. Thank you for trusting me with your information and the willingness to share your journey with a lot of people. It helps a lot when people hear straight up from somebody who has gone through the the experience or the process. So I appreciate all my guests that have participated in interviews in 2025. Plateau, how are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Dia is saying you're confused because you still haven't gotten your 2NL from Ghana with case number 18K. It depends on the Accra embassy. I don't know what's going on there. So please follow up with your embassy. Because all embassies are not created equal, right? All embassies are not created equal. They do things differently. They run at a different pace. All right. How does it work when it comes to sending of 2NLs? Do they send it one by one? Usually after each visa bulletin, they send a batch of 2NLs and inviting people and letting people know that there's a visa available for them. So they send them in a batch. But because of all these immigration policies that are changing very almost on a daily basis, the process is becoming slower and slower. So we thought that when they first started processing the 2026 DV, the 2NLs were coming out, especially for Nairobi. They came out quick, and I was getting responses from people saying, I got my 2NL, I got my 2NL. And then it slowed down a lot, and now there's a pause. So I hope it gets better from here. I hope it gets better from here. Okay. Yes, Ebenye, we talked about this. Yes, they're still issuing 2NLs with all the pause. What I said on the video yesterday is that according to the Department of State, they're still issuing interviews, but they're still conducting interviews, but they're not issuing visas. That's what I mean. They are conducting the interviews, so they are encouraging you not to cancel your appointment if you have an appointment for the interview. They don't want you to reschedule. They are not revoking any visas that have already been issued, and but they are not issuing any new visas until the pause is lifted. I hope that answers your questions. I hope you're asking about 2027 DV. I don't have any information about that. I don't have any info about that. Okay. I don't see any new questions. Thank you guys from Ghana. I appreciate your support. What do you think the application of DV lottery month will be, in your opinion? Kato Francis is asking. I'm not sure. I hope it's going to be soon, maybe in January. I'm not sure. So we'll see how it goes. If you somebody's asking, having a valid visa at hand exempt you from the ban. If you received your visa, yes, before January 1st of 2026, you should be good to go. Happy holidays to you too. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here on this Christmas Eve. I wish you a Merry Christmas. If I don't see you before the end of the year, Happy New Year. I hope 2026 will be better, will be different. And I hope that we'll all make it through. On this video today, we had a review of 2025 immigration year, which has been one of the toughest years for immigrants in the US, if you ask me. We talked about the expanded travel bans affecting many African countries, the DV lottery processing, which has been paused, USCIS adding stricter photo and biometrics rules, green cards now facing deeper reviews, including assimilation proof, work permits and work authorization delays, and ICE detentions and deportations hitting record levels. We also talk about DHS offering $3,000 and a free flight for voluntary self-deportation. So I know this has been a tough year for a lot of people. Please don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Keep staying informed and stay updated. I want to wish you and your families peace, safety, and strength. Follow me, Lucy Mwangi USA, for immigration updates, legal pathways to America, and real conversations about life in the US as an African immigrant. Thank you guys for watching on TikTok. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, YouTube.